So, hello and welcome. My name is Marcus and we are ready to get started with this special webinar. What we're going to do today is talk about how expectations can be making you fail. Right? What is an expectation and how does it work? Now, I have been teaching internet marketing. Well, I've been doing internet marketing for the last 17 years. And for the last couple of years, we actually went and taught internet marketing. For those of you who have not heard the story, it was back in 2009 when I started teaching affiliate marketing. You see, what had happened, or actually 2008 I think it was officially, what had happened was we had a friend of mine who had teleseminars. And every week he would have these teleseminars to help people learn how to make money on the internet. And one week he had one of his guys canceled out, and the guy couldn't make it on his call. So he had called me up and he's like, Marcus, you know, he was on Skype or something. And he's like, Marcus, how can you teach? Can you teach? You know, my guy canceled out. Can you teach my people? And so I started teaching internet marketing in 2009. And that was after I had been making a full-time living for the last 9 years as an affiliate marketer. And in that time of teaching for the last, I believe it's almost 7 years, in the past 7 years of teaching internet marketing, I have come across a lot of people, and I find that one of the main struggles, right? Okay, this guy's annoying, but yeah, okay. Cool. But what we did is I realized that one of the struggles here is that people have expectations, right? We have expectations, and they say, "Well, Marcus, I'm gonna buy this product. I'm gonna do this stuff, and you know, we're gonna work with that." So what we did is we went through and looked at some of the expectations people had. We went and said, okay, well, what is it these people are struggling with? What is it these people are doing? And how can we help them? Well, what I noticed is that a lot of people came in expecting that they were going to be rich or get results like right away. Okay, and they struggled with this stuff, and they were like, okay, well, what is it that we can do? What is it we can do to actually get money or make money? Now, how many of you guys have dealt with internet marketing? You've tried to learn this stuff, and you've found out that sometimes things don't always work as planned, right? Sometimes things get muddled, sometimes things get messed up, and sometimes you're not getting the information that you think you can get, right? How many of you guys have dealt with that? Okay, a lot of people have dealt with it. Now, what we're going to be talking about is what that is, right? You've bought something and you've said, okay, well, here's what I need to do, here's what I need to fix, but nothing seems to be working. And what we're going to do is talk about it. Now, Moses says, well, that's life. Ian says, well, you know, that's something that I've had happen. Davison says he's had that happen. And Francis says, well, it's just kind of a learning process. And what we want to do is we want to talk about these expectations and talk about how this stuff works. Because most people get in and they say, well, Marcus, you know, now that I bought something, I'm excited and I'm going to be rich. Now, what is an expectation? We want to talk about what expectations are, because if you realize what an expectation is, I think you'll start to learn what's happening and how you can get past that and start to understand things. And at the end of this webinar, it's all going to come together and you're going to start to understand exactly what's going on. So, an expectation is a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. So an expectation is a strong belief that something's going to happen or will be the case in the future. So like you might have an expectation that you're going to get a Christmas bonus, or you might have an expectation that you're going to get this or that, or an expectation that something is going to happen. Now, a lot of people, when they get into internet marketing, realize that, you know, hey, you know what, I'm going to buy this thing and things are going to start to change. Now, first of all, what I want to let you know, and I'm sure that if you followed me for more than like 5 minutes, you probably know this already. And that is, first of all, no product, no service, or miracle ebook will ever make you rich overnight. It's the doing of the product that makes money, right? How many of you guys have heard this? You've heard it over and over that the doing is what makes money. The learning is what puts knowledge in your head, right? You actually have to do stuff. Have you guys heard this before? Okay, of course, and it's true. But then there comes another expectation. Now let me ask you, and this might pick a bone with some of the people on the call, but how many of you guys have actually done some work? Maybe you've built a site, maybe you've looked out there for ways to make money and made a video, maybe you've posted articles, maybe you've done something to try to make money beyond just buying stuff, right? How many of you guys can honestly say, well, I've done something, right? No matter how simple it is. Maybe it's building a site, maybe it's buying a domain, maybe it's putting up a YouTube video, maybe Facebook marketing, right? How many of you guys, and I want everyone to answer this, how many of you guys have actually tried to do this stuff? Right? How many of you guys have tried to do this stuff? Okay, excellent. Okay, anyone else? How many of you guys have tried and failed? How many of you guys have tried and gotten results? Right, I think most people have tried stuff and have not gotten the results that they want. Okay, cool. So that's what we want to look at. Now, a lot of people have tried now, and Alistair says it perfectly. Alistair says, I've never gotten results that met my expectations. Okay, Alistair, you're going to love this because it's going to make sense, right? How many of you guys have done something online, you expected results, but you didn't get any? Okay, excellent. A lot of people are. That's who we're talking to here. Now, here is another expectation. This is a big expectation, and this is going to make a lot of sense to you, and it's going to start to help you understand how to get in the realm of actually making money, okay? So, first of all, people buy products, they expect things, maybe they set up websites and they do things, and you do the work, right? How many of you guys have been like this guy and you did the work? Right? You were like, I wrote an article, I did what people said to do, I tried what people tried to do, and for some reason I just didn't get the results, right? And we look at that and we say, well, what's the deal here? Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at this, because how many of you guys have seen the various different things that I've done online and you're like, well, Marcus set up this site and he made money in like 20 minutes, or he did this site and it made him $1 million, or he did this thing and, you know, it made a bunch of money, and Marcus, quite frankly, pisses me off because he does this stuff and it makes money, right? How many of you guys honestly can say, I really, you know, it irritates me because you make it seem so easy, right? How many of you guys feel that way? Okay, a lot of people feel that way. Now, let me tell you some results that I'm not that super proud of, okay? But I'm going to tell you a little bit about these because these results are going to make a lot of sense for you. So what I've been doing over the last few, like about a month, I think it is, maybe a little bit less than a month, is I started making videos in the addiction recovery market. Okay, so I got all these videos like this one here that I uploaded. It's 19 minutes, 21 minutes, and everything like that. Can you guys all see this on the screen? Okay, cool. So we got all these videos that I have loaded, okay? And we got a lot of videos. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 videos. Okay, so we got 14 videos. Now, in order to make those 14 videos, if you were to tally up all the time of just recording the video, okay, that would equal 4 hours. So I spent 4 hours of work on making these videos, plus probably another 8 hours editing them and setting things up and everything like that, and to make them fancy. Now, what did I get for that? How many of you guys look at that and you're like, well, if I spent 12 hours working, I would expect I don't know, what would you expect, right? Maybe you go to work and you make 20 bucks an hour. You say, well, you know, $20 an hour times 12 hours, well, I should be getting at least 240 bucks, right? How many of you guys are like, well, yeah, of course I should be getting $240. That's a no-brainer. I mean, 12 hours of work. How many of you guys, if you did 12 hours of work and you got $2.47 in revenue, you would be pretty irritated and you'd probably quit. I mean, let's be honest. You'd be like, well, you know, I spent all this time, I made 12 videos, and I got $2.74, and I'm not that happy with it, right? I'm not happy at all. I'm not making that much, right? Because that's a grand total of 23 cents per hour revenue, right? And I'm a pro. I do this for a living. Now, how many of you guys look at this and you say, well, Marcus, to be quite honest with you, if I got those results, it'd be pretty disheartening. I'd be like, man, what the heck, dude? I did all this work and I didn't make enough, right? Type not enough if you feel like this is not enough and you feel like these are the results that you get. Okay, not enough, right? Now, how many of you guys would actually at this point you'd consider throwing in the towel? Be like, I made 13 videos. I mean, I did what Marcus told me to do, and you know, I've been at this for, let's see, I put my first one up 2 months ago, but most of them were 3 weeks ago, so mostly in a month. And I spent a month on this. I made $2. I'm pretty much a failure, right? How many of you guys would say that? Or you'd blame it on me, and you'd be like, okay, well, you know what? You'd be like this guy and be like, yo, Marcus, your stuff ain't working, bro. It's not working. I'm not getting the stuff. Now, I want to pause here because what you expect determines your outcome, right? What you expect determines your outcome. Now, was I sitting here a month ago and did I say, well, in a month, I should be making 6 figures a year off my website? After all, this is a website in a niche that makes a lot of money, right? Or did I sit there and did I have a different plan in mind, right? Why am I not frustrated with that? And what is it that I see that most people don't see? Well, number one, what you expect determines your outcome. If you have unrealistic expectations, like I'm going to make 6 figures tomorrow off of one video I put up that I half-assed and didn't even do much with, then you're gonna be really upset, right? This isn't gonna be something that you're happy about. And having these unrealistic expectations makes you quit before critical mass, right? Now, critical mass is the point that I hit with all of my sites, right? All of my sites have a critical mass tipping point. This site is just starting to get where I want it to be, right? The $2, I'm like, okay, well, I didn't really expect much of anything yet. All I expected was to start getting ranked for some of the terms that I want, right? And I want to show you what would happen if I was to ditch this, right? So here's a keyword that I went for, which was like gelinic curve, alcohol stuff, right? So if I do like gelinic, let's get rid of this number. If I do gelinic curve alcohol, right, we can see here that my video actually starts to rank. They're not killer rankings yet, or I think it's just gelinic curve, it might be. Let's see here. I think we have like page 3 or so. They're page 2, right? So page 2 for this one, okay? We have some others that we started to rank for. Why can't I stop drinking? This is one we started to rank for on MSN, okay? And we have Why Can't I Stop Drinking? Search for that in Bing. And we are actually ranking, I think, let's see, Why Can't I Stop Drinking? I believe there's one term I have and one I don't. And it actually ranks the YouTube. There it is, okay. So page 2 here, it fluctuates between page 2 and page 1. I think it has to do with having the little thing here. Let's see, yeah, so without the thing, which is how most people search for it, right? We have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ranking on MSN, right? And we look at this, and over the process, this stuff starts to work. Now, on some of them, right? On some of them, we go through and we look at them and we say, well, you know, some of them I ranked and I tried a little fast ranking method and they were ranking, but they actually got deranked, which was kind of a pain in the butt. But nevertheless, what we see here is forward momentum. Okay, what we see here is forward momentum. Now, most of these people would look at this and they'd say, well, you know, there's forward momentum, but Marcus, I mean, come on, $2.74? I mean, who are you kidding here? Right now, Alistair says that Bing doesn't rank unless you look at videos. Well, Bing does rank the videos. They just rank them with the actual page. Okay, because one of the tips here is that YouTube ranks as a page. So like you are actually trying to rank YouTube, which is a big popular site, which everyone loves, and you're ranking your page on YouTube, which is really cool, right? So it's really easy to do, and we're going to talk about how to do that. And even if you don't want to be on video and stuff like that, we'll talk about that too. But what we're looking at here is the fact that what you expect determines your outcome. So if you're expecting that all of this stuff is going to make you rich overnight and all of this stuff is going to change your life, then you're going to be sadly disappointed. However, how many of you guys look at this and you say, well, Marcus, I think you've been at this a while and I think you know that this site is probably going to be a mid six-figure earner at minimum, probably more. And I think you know what's going on here. And I think the expectation of hitting critical mass is a little bit different for you, right? Now, let me ask you this. How many of you guys honestly have been trying to make money on the internet fast for like over a year? Right? If you were to say, you say, well, I've been looking for a way to make quick money online for over a year. Okay, type 1 year in the box if that's you. Okay, so we have some 1 years, some 2 years, more than that. Okay, more than 4 years. All right, so let me let you in on something. Okay, Ray's been at it for 11 years. All right, so let me let you in on a little secret. And that secret is that if you had done what I'm doing right now for the time you've been trying to earn money, you would be making money by now. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense to everyone? And the problem is that most people have unrealistic expectations, which makes them quit before critical mass. And Davidson say that again. What I said was, if you had been following the plan that I follow, the plan that I lay out, for the time that you've been trying to make money online, and did it straight up, right? You said, I'm going to follow, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make it work, right? If you had been doing that, you would be making money by now. Right? This is the process of how it works. But the problem is that these expectations get in the way and people struggle, right? They struggle because emotion gets involved. They struggle because they look at this and they say, well, 12 hours, I mean, I can go to a job and I can make money and I can make 20 bucks an hour, 50 bucks an hour, whatever, and I would make more than this. Okay, but this is a starting point, and I know that it snowballs. There was something, I believe it was Einstein or Edison or someone said that the most powerful force in the universe is compound interest. Now, what does that mean, right? How many of you guys have a mortgage? Type mortgage if you have a mortgage. Okay, or had a mortgage in your life at one point. How many of you guys know that by the time you're done paying off your mortgage, odds are you've paid more than double what your house cost, right? If you bought a house for 200 grand, chances are after the mortgage, you probably paid 550 for the house, right? And then people go to sell their house for 550 because of inflation. They think they're making a fortune, but in actuality, they ain't making jack because your mortgage rate is probably higher than the rate of inflation. Okay, everyone understand that? Okay, now the reason that works like that is because compound interest. You see, what happens with compound interest, and if we were to do like a mortgage calculator with, let's see, with, what is that called? It's called something, a certain calculator. It totally slipped my mind right now. the calculator that shows amortization. Okay, if you do a mortgage amortization calculator, I want to show you what this looks like. Okay, what happens, let's say we buy a house for $200,000, okay? And we have a 30-year mortgage, and someone tell me your mortgage rate. Right, someone give me a mortgage rate. Let's say 6%. That is probably a good average, okay? So 6%, if we were to do that, let's look at how it grows and see if they had, do they not have the schedule on here? There it is. Ha, you gotta click the button. Now, I'm gonna let you in on a little tip. Did anyone notice how easy it was for me to skip this show amortization schedule button? Very difficult. So keep that in mind, right? I couldn't even find it in the beginning. Keep that in mind. We're going to talk about that later. Now, Ray says, or John says, that's too high, 4% is average. Yes, but not everyone has 4%, right? Not everyone refied, not everyone has that. So let's take a look. Let's say 6% average across the board from the time people started getting mortgages till now, okay, on this. Now, if we take a look at this, we say $200,000 on a 30-year loan with 360 payments at 6%, right? That means your monthly payment is $1,200, or not 1,200, yeah, $1,200, not bad, right? And if we see the schedule, right, take a look at it. So what happens here is your balance goes down by like $200 a month in the beginning, and the interest starts to build. Look at this. You paid $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. You're paying like $1,000 in interest a month, and by the time you get to like down here, you're at $40,000 in interest, and you know you've paid like what, $1,000 to principal or something like that, or whatever it is, right? It's crazy. It adds up. It adds up big time. By the time you're done, you have paid $231,000 interest on a $200,000 house. Okay, so we have this and we're like, okay, well, how does this work? How does this grow, right? How many of you guys would like to learn how this grows, because you'd like to learn how to make this kind of money, right? Of course, instead of spending it, you'd like to make it. And a lot of people have seen the double a penny a day for 30 days, right? Double a penny a day for 30 days, and you have that, and it's like, okay, if you double the penny every day for 30 days, what's going to happen? And we'll try to find a good one here. Let's see. Let's see if there's an image here. There's got to be some kind of image. Yeah, here we go. So if you double a penny every day for 30 days, you could see here you start at a penny, then you go to 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents, 8 cents, 14, on and on we go. Now, when you get to day 20, right, it starts to build. You're like, okay, $140, pretty cool. Let's see, is this the right one? I think this is the wrong one. Let's go to the right one here. And by the way, if someone wants to make a chart for this, it'll totally work, right? Here it is here, right? So day 1, by the time you're at day 15, it's at $160, right? How many of you guys, if you were working really, really hard, and after 14 days you only made $163, you'd be really angry. You'd be like, dude, this doesn't work. This is terrible. There's no way to make money, right? Everything like that. Okay? Of course you would. Next, day 16, day 17, you know, by day 20, you're like, okay, I made $5,000. That'd be pretty cool, right? In the compound interest, it starts to build and build and build and build. Now, I'm not saying you're going to make $10,000 in a month, or $10 million in a month. That's pretty much impossible, right? For most people. Some people, they make that much in a day, but it's all relative, all right? Again, you got to get emotion out of this. The emotion about money is what stops most people from getting the money. The fact that people need money and struggle to get it is what stops most people from getting it. Okay, so we take a look at this and we look at these things and we say, well, mortgages compound, the penny a day thing compounds. So what's going on here? Well, what happens is most people give up, right? Most people would do the double a penny thing and they'd give up around day number 8 and they'd be like, I'm not dicking around for $1.28, buddy. I don't want to do that, right? And they struggle and they struggle and they struggle, and it's like, okay, what are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with this, right? And so they look at this, and here we are. I'm on like day 20 and I made like $2. But here's what we want to do, because we want to realize that there's a big question. And the big question is, how many little clicks are stopping you from making your money goals, right? If you get 1 conversion, right, that's 1%, all you need to do is get 100 clicks a day to make a sale. If you get 3% conversion, all you need to do is get 33 clicks a day. 5% conversion, all you need to do is get 20. 10% conversion, all you need to do is get 10 clicks. And at a 30% conversion, all you need to do is get 3 clicks. Now, the reason I went down to 30, because very few people can convert 30, one out of every three visitors, is because sometimes we market toolbars that get that amount, or sometimes we have mailing lists, and that's our goal. But we look at this and we say, well, you know, that doesn't make it that hard, because if I can convert 1 out of 100 and I'm getting paid $500 a lead, right, then all I need is 100 clicks a day, right? Then all I need to do is build up to 100 clicks a day. I can make $500 a day, right? Does that make sense to everyone? Does everyone get where I'm coming from on that? Okay, anyone struggling with that? Okay, so, and while you're doing these conversion things, you can build a list while you earn. Now, again, when you're looking at conversions, all it comes down to is a mathematical formula, right? When I look at this and I say, well, so far, you know, we have this, so far, I think I have like, I don't know, 400 and something views or something like that. Okay, and I have these 400 views, and if I could take those 400 views, if I can get 10% of them to go to my site, that's 40 clicks, right? So if I can get 400 views a day, that means 40 of those people would go to my site. If I get a 10% conversion rate or a 5% conversion rate, that would mean I'd be getting 1 conversion, which would mean I'm getting X amount of money per day. Does that make sense? Any questions about that? Okay, which basically means it comes down to a mathematical formula, and all you need to do is keep going. Now, here are the rules to making this work. Rule number 1, when you do this, you need to give helpful content. Okay, give helpful content. If you don't give helpful content, people aren't going to watch it, people aren't going to care. Rule number 2, you want to answer the objections, whether you're doing a video, whether you're having, you know, outsourcing a video, whether you're making an article, whether you're writing a report for your website, whether you're making a PDF, whatever you're doing, right? Whatever you're doing, you need to answer the objections in your market's mind. If I'm talking about make money online stuff, I need to come up first and foremost and address, how do you know that this is legit and not a scam? Right? That's the first question people have when they're trying to look at this. If we're looking at how to lose weight, right? The question is, does it really work, and will it work for me? I got to answer those questions in everything I do. Rule number 3, we want to offer relevant, cool stuff. Right? I don't want to go out there and say, you know, sale on Christmas sweaters if my list is about losing weight, right? Not really gonna work, okay? So we want to focus on that, okay? Rule number 4, you want to watch your list. And rule number 5, you want to interact, blog, and survey. Now, Ray says, I want to grow a $350,000 business into $3 million. Okay, this is how you do it, right? What I've done is I've taken businesses time and time again and scaled them up using the same formula. But the problem is that people get to a point where they kind of plateau, right? They get to that point where they're always looking for the next level. I'm going to get to the next level. I'm going to learn the next thing. I'm going to get that next prize. I'm going to get that next carrot, right? And what they do is they try to shortcut, they try to intervene, not realizing that the easiest path is just to do it, right? I got to ask you a question. For those of you who said you would be frustrated if you made all these videos and didn't make that much money, right? Let me ask you, how hard is it to make these videos? Right? It's not that hard at all. You go in, you make a video. If you don't like it, you delete it, right? Kevin says it's very hard to make. Not at all. It is super easy to make videos. Very easy, right? I could teach you a formula to make videos about any topic in like 5 seconds. Or if you think it's really, really hard to make a video, you can actually go on Fiverr. You can write a script, okay? It takes you like 5 minutes. Go to Fiverr. You can get someone to transcribe or say that script in audio form. They'll send you an MP3 file, and then you put some slides to it, right? That's all I did here, like on these videos. What I did is I recorded the audio, guys, it's Marcus here, and then I just made these little moving things for the audio, right? Very, very, very easy. Like Alistair says, right? Videos are easy to make. I have the tools and work them hard. Exactly, right? You use the tools, you make it work. And if you follow this steps, right? You follow these steps. Now, Kevin says time is money. That is a misconception. Time is not money. Okay, time is not money. How many of you guys before this webinar, you thought that time was money? No, you're like, I've heard it said over and over that time is money. Time is not money. Okay, if time was money, we would all be rich because we'd all get money for our time. The fact of the matter is time is something that we can run out of. We could, it's something we have a finite amount of. Now, money is a different thing. Money is a measurement. We talked about in last week's webinar how money is just a measurement, right? It's like, okay, how much have you gotten? Great. Marcus owes the community X amount, and Marcus has X amount for his work, right? But the two don't ever meet, right? Time, now Karen says time makes you better. No, time doesn't make you better. Time does nothing, right? There's plenty of people who waste their time. There's plenty of people who use their time wisely learning things, and maybe they don't make money with it. They just like to learn. There's plenty of people who use their time taking care of their kids. That's totally good. It's all good stuff. Now, to say that time is money is kind of a misconception, because what that does is it makes people work harder, not smarter. Okay, there's a difference between working hard and working smart, right? I could work hard and I could work really, really hard on making my videos better. Like this one here doesn't have that great a quality, right? It's kind of edgy, it's kind of weird, whatever. Okay, I could work harder, I could spend a lot of time making it perfect, I could spend better time scripting it, I could spend time doing other stuff. Okay, that would be working harder. Or I could work smarter. Does anyone know what the working smarter would be? Right? What would be the working smarter here? Anyone know that? I could make a better video. I could make better audio. Okay, Kevin says test. Not necessarily. Okay? The way to work smarter is to purpose my video after what people search for. Okay, let me say that again. The way to work smarter is to purpose my video after what people search for, right? Does anyone notice how, like, I make a video and it ranks on Google in like 48 seconds? Okay, a lot of people like that and are writing it down. If you need me to repeat it, I will. Okay, that's the smartest way. Like, I could make a crappy 30-second video and make more money than a guy's purposely done, hour-long video with camera cranes and stuff, because I focus on what people search for. Okay, I'll give you a case in point. About 10 years ago now. 10 years ago, when I was a young internet marketer and I started making a bunch of money, my dad had gotten involved with these Hollywood guys. He always wanted to be an actor or producer or whatever, right? And these Hollywood guys got investors and they made a movie. Right? The movie cost $900,000, and they made this movie, and they made it perfect, and they made it great. And it's a pretty decent movie. It's a foreign short film. It was nominated for an Oscar, and these were just like, regular dudes. They weren't like crazy people, and my dad was investing in it. And he had come to me, and he's like, Marcus, we spent $900,000 on this movie. I think he put in 80 or something like that. And so he went in there, and he's like, we have this movie and we can't make money, and all these investors are mad because they want their 900 grand back. And he came to me and he's like, well, you know, we worked really hard making this movie. We spent lots of money making this movie, but we're not getting a return on investment. I thought we'd go up and we'd be nominated for an Oscar, and just by being nominated, you know, everyone would go rush out and buy the movie, but no one did. Right? We're sitting here with, I remember at that time, the garage was full of these movies, right? And they didn't know how to sell it. And so what he did, he said, show me how to do internet marketing, show me how to do this. And I told them what to do. They did some things. And long story short, I showed them what worked. And they literally clicked a button while they were doing some promotion. And when they clicked the button I told them to click and put the site up that I had, they made $20,000 in about 6 minutes, right? Just came in. And they were like, holy cow, that's crazy, Marcus, but we like our old site better. They put their old site. It was like you could hear chirping in the background and tumbleweeds, and they made a sale like every hour. I said, push the button again. They pushed the button again, put my website up, and another 16 grand, like in seconds, right? And they were like, they weren't convinced. And the fact of the matter is they thought you wanted to work hard, right? They thought you wanted to work hard. And they looked at this and they said, well, we want to work hard and we want this stuff to be this way. And what I did is I showed them an easy way to make it work. You see, while they had a beautiful site, glorious site with trailers of the movie and quotes and all this stuff, I had a site to say, you just saw the commercial of this movie, want to order it? Put your info in the damn box. Right? Now most people would look at this and they'd say, now, Marcus, I've seen movie sites and I know what they're supposed to look like. We need to work hard on making them look like that. And what I said was there needs to be an order form. Just like how it was difficult for me to find the button for the amortization. That's how people are, right? How many of you guys have noticed that over the last couple years, I started showing you the order form before I tell you to buy something? Right, like I go there. So today we're going to have an offer, and you know, I'll just pick a site. This isn't exactly what the offer would be, but we'll pick a site, right? And I say, go here, put your name, last name, email, put this info in, make sure you click the button and order, right? Does anyone know why I go through those directions, even though you've probably ordered 1,000 things online before and you kind of know what's going on? Right? The reason is because it increases the amount of sales that I get tenfold. Right? These little secrets, these little tips are what made the difference between the guys making like 20 grand in 6 minutes and making nothing over the next hour. Okay? It's because working hard is not necessarily working smart. And what I want to do is I want to show you how to work smart, how to focus everything you do on what works, and how to ask the question, is what I'm doing right now getting me closer to my goal? Right? Is what I'm doing right now getting me closer to my goal? How many of you guys can say that what you're doing right now is getting you closer to your goal? Right this very second. Okay, good. Well, yeah, you're learning stuff, so that's good. Now, we take a look at this, and here we are trying to get to our goal. Now, how many of you guys feel like this guy? And you're like, Marcus, I'm trying to catch up with the pack, and I'm just falling behind, and I'm like this dude, and I'm struggling. Right? How many of you guys feel like you're struggling right now? You got info overload, you're behind, you feel like all these guys just get it, right? Except for this guy back here with this funny face on, or this guy might not get it, I don't know. But at any rate, you feel like everyone else gets it, and you feel like there's some party that you weren't invited to where everyone gets it, everyone makes money, and everyone's having fun. Well, what I'm doing in this call and what I've done so far is I've showed you a lot of good tips, right? Like if you're taking notes, you got some really good stuff that will help you make money if you follow it, right? If you follow it, but if you don't follow it, you're not going to get anywhere. So let's take a look at some more. How many of you guys like the tips so far and you want some more? Okay, cool. So let's see what we have here. Okay, number one, how does Marcus do this? How does he make it work? how does he take a site? How does he look at this where I see $2.74 and failure, right? Lots of time, little money. I would probably give up. That's what most people said at the beginning. So how does he see this, and how does he make it work? Well, let's take a look. Number one, you want to judge a market by its numbers. Okay, judge a market by its numbers. What does that mean? Well, what that means is you want to go to the Google AdWords tool, right, like this. Okay, you go to the Google AdWords tool. All right, sign into one of your AdWords. All right, cool. So we sign into AdWords, we say, what is it we're doing here? How are we making this work? Now, Kevin says AdWords is giving weird estimates lately. Yes, we are working on a keyword tool that fixes that. However, you could still get by with the AdWords tool, and you can always use keywordsniffer.com. Okay? You could use this as well. So now, we have this here, and we say, here's where we put our words. Now, when you look at this, right, remember how I said, like, working smart is making everything after a keyword? Okay? You'll notice that a lot of this stuff that I do, like this here Jelinek curve thing, this is an off-the-beaten-path keyword for alcoholism, right? Like, no one types this in unless they are dealing with recovery or they heard about it or something like that. Right? So we type this in and we say get ideas, and we look at it and it says somewhere between 100 and 1,000 searches a month. Pretty cool. Here's another one with 100 to 1,000. We could do closely related and see all the various words. So there's a lot of words here. Okay? And what I did is in my video is I tried to encompass all the words so that I could get traffic for all of it. Now I know that this traffic is extremely easy to get, right? And I can use this to funnel people to a site that's about alcohol recovery, which is worth a lot of money. Much like if you were to do something like, let's say you were to do FHA requirements, okay? FHA is Federal Housing Authority. Requirements would mean that these people are trying to get an FHA mortgage. Okay, we have FHA loan requirements, FHA mortgage requirements, FHA appraisal requirements, okay, FHA financing requirements, right? All of these people here, okay, so we have like FHA loan requirements. Okay, if we do this in Google, let's see how many advertisers there are. Okay, not a whole lot. Lending Tree, got 2 down here. Okay, 1 up here, 1 here. Did anyone notice anything I just scrolled past? This guy's doing exactly what I'm saying, right? It's like FHA loan requirements. He made a video about it. He shows up. He's probably got some decent views, right? How many of you guys would like 19,000 views in the mortgage market, right? That's like, when you look at this, this is what I'm talking about when I say judge a market by its numbers, right? He's got 19,000 views. They were all free, okay? And he goes there and he's like, okay, well, FHA loan requirements is really about getting a mortgage rate or something like that, right? So you go to mortgage rate and boom, $6 a click, right? You go to mortgage application and boom, now we're at $9, $11, $10 a click, right? Does everyone see how this works? Right, so now we're saying, well, he's got 19,000 views on his video. If out of those 19,000, let's say he's doing a really bad job and only 5% go to his site, that would mean, let's do times 5%, I think. 5% go to his site. That means he got 950 clicks. Let's say of those 950 clicks, he's not making 10 bucks. He only makes, $4. That's still 3,800 bucks off of a little site, and that's one little video. Right? Imagine what happens when he starts to get more. right? And it starts to build and build and build and build. Okay, now this isn't just about YouTube, this is about other stuff as well. But what I want to really drill into you is the idea of judging a market by its numbers, taking a look at the numbers, taking a look at what you can get and what you can take them to, and then building day by day little tiny steps, but deliberate steps. Because spending this little time here, right, doing these little things is going to get me the little views. It's going to build, it's going to build, it's going to build, and you guys are going to watch me turn this into a huge market. Next, right? Next, since you're making the content, because once you find something like FHA mortgage requirements, okay, I don't care what you're doing, like if you're building a site, if you're making a video or whatever, you have to have some content, right? Does everyone gets that? It's like, okay, yeah, you have to have content to make this work, right? It's not going to work if you, I think it's FHA requirements, that's why. Right, how many of you guys are like, yeah, you need some content to make this work? I mean, people aren't going to come to your site just because you're Mr. Fancy Pants, right? They're going to go there because they want to look at this. So like FHA condo requirements, FHA loan repair requirements, house requirements for an FHA loan. This is a good one. He's looking for, hey, what kind of house can I get? Appraiser, inspection, eligibility, right? And you look at this and you're like, Marcus, well, there's only 100 searches a month. Well, it doesn't matter, right? If I make a bunch of these, right, then all I have to do is build and build and build and build, right? Very, very, very simple. So what we want to do is we want to look at this and really, really work on it, okay? So next, once you have the content, what can you do with it? So you make the content and you're like, okay, now I got to make some content. So I need to focus on these people. I do a little bit of research, find out what the Jellinek curve is, find out what the FHA requirements are. I make something of value. Okay, I can make a PDF. And I could say, put your name and email for the PDF about FHA. Now I'm building a list. Or I can make a video and talk about the requirements, and then in the video, say, go to my site for the printable version, or the calculator, or whatever is going to show you how to make it work. Okay? Now, I want you to remember, again, this is about working smarter. This is about working smarter. Content is only king if you deliberately push those who consume it and tell them to follow your recommendations. Right? That's what you want to do. Very, very, very important. So we focus on this and we make it work. Okay? Next, you must see all of the pieces of the puzzle before you start. This is where so many people fail. They would look at this, right? And if in the beginning you said, well, you know, I'd be a little disheartened if I made all these videos and I only made $2. I'd be really disheartened. The reason you're disheartened is because of, number one, expectations, and number two, you didn't see what was going on beforehand. Okay, you didn't see what was going on beforehand. You must be able to see all the pieces of the puzzle before you start and be willing to flex with what happens in your marketplace. Right? You need to be able to be flexible. Like if people start asking about a video, I need to make a video for them. Right? That's why internet marketing is so wonderful, because I could stop at the drop of a hat. Right? Very, very simple. Okay? Ray, keep those questions for the end. They're great questions, but keep them to the end. We'll go over them. Now, when I say you must see all pieces of the puzzle before you begin, these are the things I'm asking. Number one, how will I get my traffic? Okay, when I go into a market, I'm like, how am I going to get traffic? Number two, how am I going to get paid? Number three, how am I going to follow up with my market? Number four, what content will I use? And number five, what will I use as clickbait? Now, you might say, well, Marcus, what's clickbait? How many of you guys have ever heard of clickbait? Okay, clickbait is something you use to get people to click, right? It's like a bonus. Like if I was to say, I'll give you $1, go click on this, that would be a clickbait, okay? Now, we're not saying give you $1, but what we can say is click here to get this, click here to get that. It's not necessarily a shiny object, Kenneth, but it is something you use to get them. So it can be like a shiny a teaser, right? It's like a clickbait thing, like, oh, hey, you know, find out. Like the other day, I sent an email out that said, internet marketer falls flat on his face. We got a huge open rate because people were like, whoa, hey, I want to learn about that, right? I want to see why he fell on his face or whatever. Okay, that's like clickbait, getting people to click. Because unless people click and go to your site, they're not going to make you anything. Now, with that said, can you expect a good start? How many of you guys so far, you look at this and you say, there's a lot to take in here. I've learned a lot of good things, but I can expect to enjoy the process, right? I can expect to follow along. Like this takes work, but I think I can do it, right? If that's you, type yes, or I think I can, or whatever it is in the box, and we're gonna go through the rest of it here. And I want everyone to answer that. Say I can. In the box, I want you to type I can if you think you can. Reminds me of that scene in The Nutty Professor. Yes, I can. Good movie. Stupid, but good. All right, you gotta watch dumb movies sometimes. It's fun. Okay, so can you expect a good start? Now, here's what we're gonna do. I am going to offer you a special where we are going to do this for you, right? So you say, Marcus, I don't know how to judge a market by its numbers. I can't do like you do. I don't really know how to get started with content or what to make, right? And let me know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how many of you guys would like me to do the market stuff for you, right? You're like, Marcus, I want you to judge the market and tell me where to go. Okay. How many of you guys would like me to show you the direction of the content? Right? Say, hey, this is the kind of content you make. Your market is better for videos, or your market is better for this or that. Okay, cool. Now, here's what we're going to do. And here's what I want you to expect. So this is going to be unlike anything else I've done. I'm going to tell you what to expect up front. And you say, Marcus, if I expect that, then I think we're good. How many of you guys, if I give you a good start, right? If I say, this is what you're going to do, this is what you need to do to make it happen. Okay, you might not make, $10,000 tomorrow, but you'll start slow, maybe take a month to get some decent results, or maybe a couple weeks or whatever, but you'll actually do it. You'll say, hey, you know what? I've been trying this for like 2 years and I haven't had results. I might as well try something solid that you're going to help me with, right? How many of you guys feel that that would be like a jackpot? Type jackpot in the box. Okay, everyone type it in if you think it's a jackpot. Okay, and we're going to make it affordable for everyone. So it's going to be fair enough. You get in at whatever level you want. Everyone's happy. So that's what I want you to expect. I want you to expect a good start. So type in the box right now, I expect a good start. Okay, and after you type that in, we are going to go on to the next affirmation. Affirmations are fun. Affirmations actually changed my life. Well, the application of them, but they did help me, and we'll talk more about that later. Right, so I can expect a good start. So everyone expects a good start, and you expect to know what you're doing now. Because my guess is if you've been struggling online, you probably haven't really known exactly what you're doing. You couldn't go in and say, well, I knew the answer to all these questions. Right? I didn't know how I was going to get my traffic. I didn't know how I'd get paid. I didn't know how I was going to follow up. I didn't know what content, and I didn't know what clickbait was or how to use it or whatever. So here's what we are going to do. And you tell me as I go through these if these sound good to you. Number one, I will find you a good market. Okay, I'll find you a good market that has good potential. We'll go through it and we'll say, this is a good market, this is why. Okay? Number two, I will help you with a traffic method. Right, I'll say, here's where you're going to go. Like Francis says, I'm going to lead you in the right direction, and you are going to get a good start. Okay, so we're going to find you a good market. We're going to help you with a traffic method. Okay, so we're going to say, here's how you get your traffic. It's going to be an easy method. It's not going to be something difficult. You just have to do it. Like before, when someone said making videos are hard, no, they're not. They take 2 seconds. Well, a little bit more than 2 seconds, but they're not hard to do. Okay, and you can outsource them, and we'll show you how to do that as well. I'll show you the platform for doing it. It's super easy. Okay, number 3, we will get you started with content and plugins. So we'll get you some starter content to use, and we'll show you all the pieces of the puzzle. There's not going to be anything left out. So if you say, I can expect a good start, and I can expect to not have info overload, and if all I have to do is go to work and follow the directions, right? And I'm talking about, like, 15, 20 minutes a day, okay? How many of you guys can follow directions if I give you this plan? Type it in. Say, I can follow your directions. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we are going to give you a plan. And here's how it's going to work. There are 2 options. Okay, and we're going to give you everything that we just outlined up there. So all that stuff, if it sounds good and you say, Marcus, I want you to find my niche, right? That's a personal niche market selection. Give me a domain. Help me find affiliate offers and know how to make money with it. Can you guys still hear me? Got a little message that my audio is acting up. Okay, good. You can hear me? Okay. Should be working. Okay, everyone still hear me? Put a 1 in the box if you hear me. Okay, cool. Now someone asked, is this easy enough for a rank beginner to understand? Yes. This is for the guy who's like, I just figured out how to turn on my computer today. Well, maybe I just learned how to send an email today. Okay, we won't go that far, but we'll say, maybe just learned how to send an email today. So we're going to give you the niche. We're going to give you the domain. We're going to give you all the affiliate offers and show you how to make money and guide you to making money. We're going to give you an easy follow traffic plan and the videos, right? So you're going to be loaded up. We're going to give you a custom blog theme and a logo design, all the plugins that you need to make it work, so it's all included. We're going to give you killer content loaded pages, and we're going to give you 30 days of support and coaching. Really, really, really cool, right? Very, very simple. So what we want to do is we want to take a look at this and say, what level do you want to start at? If you're on a budget, you go here and you get your budget niche for $227. Now, what is a budget niche? A budget niche is going to be something like download PDFs, or something like tax forms, or something like that. Okay, it's going to be a market that's like on the Google tool, like $2, $3 a click. Okay, now if you go for the high ticket niche, okay, a little bit more, but you're getting a niche like mortgage or addiction or something like that that has a huge potential. Okay, both of them are good. There's just a little difference in the nature of the market. So if you look at that and you say, Marcus, I want to expect results, I want to expect change, and I want to expect a good head start to profits, all you got to do is go to profitblogs.net. Okay, on profitblogs.net, I want to make sure my timer is working correctly. Okay, you're going to go here and you're going to see those exact boxes. So everyone go there now. Okay, go ahead and open that up, profitblogs.net. I'm going to put that in your chat box. Okay, now just a heads up, if you are looking at getting the guaranteed results one, the high ticket niche, then you want to get in now because there's only 4 spots. Okay, and it's obviously limited based on the amount of domains I have. Now you'll also notice that there's a little timer here at the bottom, and the timer is going to run out. I think I actually have it set wrong. Let me make sure we have it correctly. Give me 1 second. And just choose whichever plan you want to get in on, and we will make it work for you. And let me see, 15, 12 maybe? Let's see if that works. Okay, our timer's being stupid today. All right, well, I'll fix the timer in a minute, but I'm going to give you guys 1 hour to get signed up, And all you got to do is pick whichever level you want. Again, you're getting a site, so you're going to get the domain name. Now, a lot of times I actually go and I look at the domain names that are for sale on like Flippa and stuff like that. And the domain names that we give you oftentimes are worth like 3 or 4 times what these cost. And you're getting a site and everything like that. And you know, later down the road, if you decide to sell your domain, you can do so because it's yours and you can keep all the profit. But you probably won't want to do that because, you know, if you make it work, it'll work. All right, yes, we changed this. This is an old offer page. We just opened it up today, so it's only going to be open for about an hour. And then we'll change the ticker thingy. So what you want to do is you want to choose what you want. So if you're going to go with the get the budget niche, as you can see, it's only $227, which is dirt cheap. I mean, literally, the domain is probably worth more than that anyway, and you're getting plugins that are worth $97. You're getting offer guidance and everything. The total value is $806, and you're getting it for $227. All you got to do is put your name, last name, email, phone, street address, all the info here, card types and everything. As you can see, it is a secure site. And then just go ahead and click the button and order, and you're good to go. Okay? Again, these are limited, so you want to do so right now. If you are going for the high ticket niche, again, the difference is only the nature of the niche. Okay? If you want like a niche that you can dominate, that you can make a lot of money, something that works really well, you're going to want to go with this one. Now, with this one, we give you guys a little extra content and 90 days support and coaching. Now, if you are looking for a payment plan, Saul, which one were you looking at getting? Okay, and if you're looking at going the 10 times profit niche, the order form looks like this. Okay, all you got to do is put your first name, last name, email, billing info here, click the tab, and click instant access, and you'll be ready to go. Saul, go ahead and hit me up after this call on live chat. Okay, on all my sites, you'll see this little button here. Okay, and I'm going to turn it on right now so you can watch that change. Okay. And you'll see it change right here, magic trick. Okay, and you can actually hit reload or whatever, and you'll see it'll say, I'm on live chat, click the button. You can actually just click the button, the live chat will pop up, and you can talk to me. You just put your, your info in here and everything like that. Okay, and we can get you a payment plan if you want one. However, for the high ticket niche, fill out that form. Again, it's limited. This is one of the things that my most successful students have gotten, right? This is the program that they get. They've joined, they've gotten results. You can see people, I believe there's a couple videos on our site, actually on the profitblogs.net site, where we get that. Okay, so really cool stuff. John, you are one of our Skype guys. Please hit me up on Skype if you do have a question, and we'll go from that. But the idea here is that we are going to give you your niche and hold your hand every step of the way. We're going to show you the ins and outs of how this works and walk you through it. We're going to show you that there's a huge, huge upside with very little potential downside. When you look back to when I started, 16, 17 years ago now, I started with very little, and this business has provided me a lot. Show you how incredibly easy it is to get started today. Show you how this is an in-depth training program, which is a long-term relationship, right? A lot of people worry, Marcus, are you gonna, just sign me up and then leave? No, we stick around, we work with you, we make it work. As you guys have seen, we've been in business for over 9 years, and this is a surefire paint-by-numbers system. All you gotta do is get in there. And all I'm asking is that you give me a shot and let me help you make it work. And the biggest regret that my students have is that you didn't call me 6 months ago and get started then. So if this sounds fair enough and you're ready to get started, go ahead and go to profitblogs.net. And if you have any questions, get me on live chat. And we'll make it work. Again, guys, this is all about you. This is about getting you past info overload, getting you into something that works, getting you into something that's going to get you results once and for all. Mark says, if I get the $997 high ticket niche, do I get to see the whole process so that I can replicate this for myself in the future? Yes. The whole idea behind this is to show you how it works so that you can learn and duplicate it, right? We don't want to just, get it set up and be like, okay, well, I hope you figure out how to set up. We actually show you how to do it, right? So what you're getting, which is more valuable in my opinion than the site, is the how to do the site, right? We're going to show you the ins and outs of how everything works. We're going to show you how to focus, how to find niches, everything. We're also going to give you training and everything like that. So it's all ready to go. All you got to do is get in there and make it work. Okay, so cool stuff. All right, awesome stuff. Any questions, and we will get you guys going. All right, so any questions about this while you guys get signed up? I'll give you guys a couple minutes to get signed up there. And even if you go the 227 level, we still have some really good niches available. And again, one of the questions we also have is, are you able to pick your niche? Yes, there's a process we go through before the niche is assigned where we actually give you 3 or 4 different options. Okay. All right, James said, did the $27 course start? That did start. You should have the link in your members area. Okay, Lewis says approximate time to see results. We actually give you a paid traffic plan and some coupons to use it. So when we go for that, we will help you out and get you started. But usually you can see some results like pretty much right away. Okay, so once you follow it, you know, I would say give it like a week or 2 for you to get your feet wet, and then you'll be able to see some results. Okay, will it make tons of profit right away? I don't know. We test them out and we work. Lewis says, do we have to buy traffic? No. If you do not want to do paid traffic, specify that after you order and we contact you about your niche. Okay, just tell me, say, hey, I want a cheap traffic one or a free traffic one, or I like the YouTube idea, or I don't want to do videos, right? And we have something for everyone. Like I buy domains all the time. I'm literally buying domains like almost every day, and they're all based on good niches. So all you have to do is get in there. All right, so don't let anything stop you from getting started. We will help you make it work, and all you got to do is get started. All right, a lot of people are saying they need a payment plan. I'll see if I could set one up now. Renee, which one did you want a payment plan on? Was it the 227 or 997? Okay, and Sharon, can you specify the bid you put in on that one? Okay, and I'll see if I could get the payment plan going. Okay, so a lot of people want the payment plan on the 227. What I'll do is I'll set that up now. Okay, 030. Okay, now in order to do the payment plan, we can only do 2 payments on it. The reason is because I got to cover my cost in the first one, because these do cost a lot to have built. So what I'll do is I'll set this up. You can see here, this is the form. Okay, I'm going to put the link in your chat box. It's going to be a big ugly link. Okay, you can click that link. You will see this here, and then you could scroll down, and you could choose the payment plan there, 30 days apart, and you're good to go. Okay, is everyone that was asking about the payment plan, did everyone get that? Okay, Renee, I'm going to put it right here in the box. Okay, did you get that? And I'll put it in your chat box also. And of course, if you need to get me on live chat, it'll work. And also, if you just go to the link on Profit Blogs, the one here, it's updated now. I actually use the same link, so it'll update for you. Okay? All right, you can use that now. Does anyone want a pay plan for the high ticket one? If you do, I can make that for you as well. Okay, Jay. Let me see if I can find you there. And I will make this. Okay, where'd we go? Bear with me, sometimes it's a pain in the neck to make these here. Okay, and any questions about this, we'll do the same thing we did last time, and we'll make it work. Okay? Lewis, would that work for you? We can make that. He's asking about 2 payments on the big plan. We can do 3 if you want to do that. Let's see here. We'll give you guys all kinds of options here. And we'll do 1. Okay, so I'm going to make a link, and this will be for the high ticket one. The first payment is due right away. It'll charge it right now. And then the second one is due in a month. Now, if you are looking at getting the high ticket, here's what we did. Okay, I actually made the form here, and you can either do, let's see, let me add this up correctly. Bear with me, these things are kind of a pain. There we go. Okay. All right, let's see if we did this right. Okay, so now if you do the high ticket one, okay, there it is there in your chat box. Did everyone see that? What it's going to do is it's going to look like this, and then you can choose if you want to do 3 payments. It's at $397, and let me get this one working. There we go. All right, now it should be working. See, these are a pain in the butt, but you know, it's not that bad. Okay, so there you go. You can either do 3 payments at $397, or if you want to save some money, you can do $500, 2 payments of $500, which is pretty cool. Okay, and that link is in your chat box. Okay, Francis says, have you any other students in New Zealand? Yeah, we have a lot of students in New Zealand, and Australia, and all over the place. So, cool stuff. All right, so any questions about this? Again, these are going fast. They always do whenever I do this special. That's why I only do it a couple times a year. So if you are ready to get one of those high ticket ones, do so now. That way we can get you sorted out and get everything ready for you. Again, that's profitblogs.net. You'll see the links here, and then if you want one of the special ones, we'll go for there. Okay, so, and if you need me on live chat, just get me there. And we will help you out as well on live chat. I'll keep that open for a little bit. We got quite a few people on there now, so if you want to initiate a chat and say hi, feel free to, and we'll make it work. Okay, Sharon, because of the link, let me write this to you. That way it's better. Okay, Jay, yes, if you want the mortgage, if you want that FHA one, I will give you that niche. That is a high ticket niche though. Tim, if you are going to order this, I'll give you the Market Flipper free. Okay, I'll give that to everyone. If everyone orders on this webinar right now, we'll give you the Market Flipper class free. It's a good class. I think we're going to re-record it, so we'll give you the new one too. Okay, so Jay, yeah, definitely get in there, and we'll get you the FHA one. Okay. All right, so any other questions while you guys are getting signed up, please let me know. Sharon, just use the profitblogs.net and click on the payment plan for the 227. All right, so any other questions, let me know. Any marketing questions, we'll go through those as well. Okay, Rhonda says, I am just starting out and I have $0 and 0 cents. How do I get the startup funds? Well, if you have internet access, chances are you can probably find a way to make it work. We also have our $27 course, which you could start at. That's a very good place too. If you guys have not yet signed up for that, let me get you the link for that one. Okay, if you're totally on a budget and you just want to learn this stuff, I'm going to put a link in the chat box that you can go to. Okay. Emka says, what if we're not accepted by the CPA networks? I guarantee with one of my sites, we will get you accepted. So if you're on profitblogs.net and you choose one of these, we will somehow, some way get you accepted to a CPA network that has the offer you want. Okay. PJ says, how are you driving traffic to your instant hosting site? It is a combination, it's mostly free traffic and some email traffic. All right, so any other questions, let me know. And what are you guys seeing on the screen right now? Do you guys see the little boxes or are you seeing something else? Okay, cool. All right, so go ahead and get signed up. Either way you go, whether you use payment plan or whatever, just get in there somehow, some way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on live chat for the next 15 minutes or so. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay. Lewis says, how do I rank my YouTube page? Well, what's your YouTube page, Robert? Sorry, that was Robert, not Lewis. Okay, and once we get the YouTube page, I'll help you know how to rank it, but I can't help you if I don't see it. Oh, you don't have a YouTube page? Oh, well, yeah, I mean, you have to know the keyword. You have to know what you're doing first. I mean, you can't just rank something without knowing. Do you have a keyword in mind? Okay. Robert, what I would say is start with one of these sites, and we'll help you do that as well, right? So you can get a site and say, you know, I want to do a YouTube kind of deal, and we'll help you get that. But it's not that hard to do. Like, that's one of the easier things to do. And if you deliberately focus on keywords that we know you can get, it makes it a lot easier for you. Okay, Renee says she wants 3 payments on the 227. Okay, I will make you a payment plan for this, even though it is costing me more on the first one. Like, if you don't pay your other payments, I lose money on your sale. So what I'll do is I'll make it for you just because you asked so many times. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. What we're going to do is take one of these links. Bear with me one second, I just have to find a link. Okay, bear with me 1 second. For some reason, it does not want to go fast. Okay, can everyone hear me or no? Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. So let me just do this math here. All right, bear with me 1 second. Okay, this link is for Renee only, unless there's someone else that wants a 3-pay on the 227. This one is for Renee only, okay? It's going to be in the chat box. Let me know if you see that. And Rhonda says, I hope you don't laugh at me too much, but I really haven't been able to get onto an affiliate site yet. Any suggestions? Yes. What I would recommend is getting our $27 course. This one here, right, this course is a fast action course. So if you're like, Marcus, I've never been in any of your classes, I don't know what to do, I'm brand new, go get this now. I'm not even going to explain it because it's 27 bucks and you guys probably got more than $27 worth of value on this webinar. And if you think you did, use that link and go sign up for it. It's, you know, basically a webinar course with some videos and some tools that can help you. If you're looking for a way to get started and you don't have a lot of money or any money, go there, get it, 27 bucks. We'll help you make it work. Okay? All right, so any last minute questions? Again, I am on live chat if you guys do have questions, and we're here to help you. These courses are all about you. It's about getting you the info that you need to make it work. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. If you want, I believe there was someone on there that wanted the FHA niche. If you want that, sign up for the high ticket one now, and we will get that to you. For the rest of you, if you're sitting there, if you're thinking about getting a site and you haven't gotten it yet, go get it now. It's one of the best deals you will ever see. After you sign up, if you're worried about, you know, making it work, check out the videos on that profitblogs.net site. Even if you only can do the 227, do it. It works. However, if you can get the high ticket, do it now. Again, go right now. I want everyone right now to open up www.profitblogs.net. Go there right now. Profitblogs.net. Okay, open that up right now. I'm going to go on live chat if you have any questions. If you need anything, let me know. Lewis, you can use it too. Go ahead, Lewis. Amber, get me on live chat. Everyone else, go on live chat. Sign up now. The timer is clicking down. Let's make some money, and I'll see you on the inside. Again, that's profitblogs.net. Thanks again.